everyone. Welcome back to the Jays Net. So, in the wake of the Anthony Santander unexpected injury, the Jays have signed Juan Yepez. So, who is he? I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name again. Well, he hasn't played in the major leagues in a year, but if you look at his career stats, 539 at-bats. Let's pretend that's a full season. Batted .258 with 20 home runs. Majority of that has come with St. Louis, and then 1 year with Washington. Last year he was in the minors with Washington. Here's his overall stats. 2 years ago, which was his last major league year, which actually makes it kind of surprising he didn't get a 25 season with the majors. He batted .283 in 226 at-bats. So obviously this is to bring in competition. It's also to get at-bats because guys need rest, right? Like you can't just lose Santander, who is probably going to get a lot of at-bats in this spring training, and then be like, okay, all of you 4 guys fighting for the spot have to bat more now. No, you got to bring someone in to take that pressure off of those guys so they can get days off, not play every day. They can work on stuff instead of playing a game. Here we have, this is another guy that I'm really keeping an eye on, Eloy Jimenez. Former Silver Slugger, former Rookie of the Year with the White Sox, and this guy actually has some good seasons. Like, he hit 30 home runs. He hit almost 20 in 3/4, 2/3 of a season a couple times with the White Sox. And again, did not play in 2025. So I'm actually really excited. Both are right-handed at-bats. I'm really interested to see what happens with them. I really think Eloy Jimenez has a shot here. The thing working against him is that he doesn't have a contract. He has a spring training invite. And it's so much easier to say, you're probably not going to do much more than Davis Schneider or Nathan Lucas or Miles Straw. So it's just not worth giving you $1 million. So it's an uphill battle for him. He may have to go to the minors, wait for another injury, and then get called up. But I have high hopes for Jimenez. The Jays have a good history of reclamation projects. They have shown an ability to help players. So let's see what happens with it. But the left field battle is basically going to be Schneider, Lucas, Straw, and Loperfido, and then Jonathan Clace, because those 5 guys have a contract. They're all on the 40 already. Santander being removed from the 40 because he's on the 60-day DL opens up a spot for somebody, but it's probably going to mean that Uriel Rodriguez is going to get brought back in, the $7.5 million reliever who was released, and Jays hoped that someone picked him up in the offseason, and nobody did. He has 4 more years left of that contract, so he's likely to get that spot. But there is some competition going on in left field, so it will be interesting to see. I've heard R.J. Schreck's name. I always call him Robbie Schreck. Heard his name mentioned a lot, but again, he's in the same position. Jays would rather just leave him in the minors for another year. He's not projected to make the majors for another season anyways. Why start his option clocks when you got very similar players who are further along in development fighting for those spots? So let's see what happens with this. But it sounds like the Jays, like what you can get from this with Jimenez and what's this other guy's name again? It's Yepez. What they want clearly is power. It's clear they don't believe in Straw and Schneider's and Loperfido's power. So this is what they're looking at. If either of these 2 guys can come along and give something, like, you don't have to give much to compare to Santander. 210, 30 home runs. 230, 20 home runs. If you show some sort of projection like that, it sounds like the Jays want that in left field. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think these 2 guys have a real shot at making the team? Or do you think they're just token charity signings just to get the spring training at bats and then see you later, guys? Like, subscribe, leave a comment.